Mr. DJ Rose, Verteezy, and C's, welcome you to the No More Black Tears podcast.
Black tears that's heaven sent. Barack the first black president. I love my black skin. I love walking in black excellence. Black power, let's represent. All black, that's evident. I'm sure MLK and Malcolm X both didn't die for the hell of it. Strap your seatbelt, go and settle land. What makes you think that we would sell our land? We wouldn't sell our land. What makes you think that we would go ahead and try to sell out then? No more black tears, black on black kids. Love us as is, love with passion. Paying black bills, learning black skills, making black meals. Black is backing. Big shout out to Fred Hampton. I'm black and proud like I'm James Brown, but I ain't doing no acting. My people here from the motherland. This podcast now active.
No More Black Tears, man. We back for another episode. You know what I'm saying? How y'all boys doing? C's, Verteezy.
Yo, what's good, people?
What's up, everyone, man? It's another week, man. Let's go.
Yeah, man. Another week, man. It all happened in the week. What we talking about?
This week in sports, Aja Wilson has won her fourth league MVP in the WNBA, asserting her dominance as the best player in the WNBA, possibly, trying to be the best player of all time. That's the most MVPs anybody's won in the league. She was tied with Lisa Leslie, Shell Shoops, and I think Lauren Jackson as the other people who had 3 MVPs, but now she's in sole place of that. What's your thoughts on that, C's?
Currently the best player in the league. Obviously, she's been doing her thing, scoring champ, multiple years. She's probably the face of the league as far as like biggest names, drop the shoe and everything. I've been a fan of hers since that first year when the Aces won it, man. So, and she's South Carolina alumni. So, hey, shout out to her, man.
Yeah, man. Bro, 2-time WNBA champion, finals MVP, 4-time, MVP, 3-time defense player of the year, 7-time All-Star, 4-time first team. It's going to be hard to not have in that conversation for GOAT. Like, I remember when she was in South Carolina, she was dominant. She's been a dominant player in the league for a long time. And that's what's so beautiful about the WNBA. When you do watch it, most of the players that are great in college come into the league and be great. In fact, I think, Rose, I might have sent you like a list of the greatest high school women's of all time. And it was like the top 20. It was on TikTok. And when you look at that top 20, most of those women are like the best players of all time. Whereas like you might do it for other sports like football or NBA, and them motherfuckers would be like, where the fuck is this nigga now, man? So definitely, good on her part. I will say this. My brother TTK, me and him was talking, and he did feel like Neficia Collier from the T-Wolves, not the T-Wolves, but the Minnesota Lynx, he felt like she got robbed. And I felt where he was coming from because she had been the best player on the best team from the start of the season till now. But you look at the numbers that she's put up, and you look at how bad that team has been with the Aces, I feel like personally she did deserve it.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Bam, man. Shout out to Bam. I was watching Aja Wilson get ready, working out, some little shorts, man. Shout out to Bam. You know what I'm saying? She might not be the prettiest, and she's funny too, because she was talking about somebody how they play defense, and it was like, yeah, man. For somehow she's always got her hand on the ball. And she started laughing, and her coach started laughing. Becky Hammond started laughing, and this is a woman with a wife. So yeah, man. Shout out to her, man. She doing her thing, man. I know I had my final thoughts about her a couple weeks ago, but defensive, and they're like, what is a co-defensive player of the year? Like, come on, man, give it to somebody.
Pick somebody.
Give it to somebody, man. Because most of these. I hate to call y'all hoes, man, or should we call them bros? Because I don't know, man. And I was watching some of it, the playoffs the other day, and I'm like, this is really boring. Like, nobody wants to see bad basketball. Like, they got to do something with the league, man. Nobody wants to see that, man.
Last week when they had that time, it was either last week or the week before, but they had the time slot where it was the Fever playing the Aces, and I'm like, there's 2 college football games on. This shit's on. Okay, let me watch it. It's halftime and it's a long ass commercial break, so I'm like, I don't even want to watch it no more. By the time I change, the other two games are back on. I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah, man, it's really boring to watch that. They gotta do something. But Agent Wilson, man, shout out to you, man. Keep hope alive. Keep hope alive, man.
Yeah, man. Going on from somebody that was great in college to somebody retiring from college basketball. So Bruce Pearl announced this week that he's stepping away from Auburn. He's retiring, man. Some of his accolades, man, he's known for being at Tennessee from 2005 to 2011, Auburn from 2014 all the way to now. He has over 700 wins, 21 wins in the tournament, made the Final Four twice, was named Coach of the Year before, and he started coaching as a head coach in 92. So we talking about someone 30 years of coaching experience. Shit, my only thoughts, man, fuck that nigga, man. Because he been saying some wild shit the last couple of years, man. Like, man, he had a quote saying, man, when Obama was president, that was the most divisive time in this nation's history. I just feel like, man, shut the fuck up, bro. Ain't nobody asked you some of this shit, dog. Like, Bruce Pearl, like, you was a decent coach. Like, I'll be honest, I put you on this list just because I wanted to talk shit about you, dog, because you wasn't even no nigga that I felt like was a top 5 coach, because when we look at the other top 5 coaches in NCAA history, they'd have made the Final Four more than 2 times and actually made the championship games, man. Like, I'm just gonna remember him basketball wise for being in the SEC and keeping the SEC relevant. But outside of that, all that other shit he been saying the last couple years, hey, this just proves sometimes keep your mouth shut, dog.
Yeah, I know him mostly from his time at Auburn, and then like Tennessee is like, I remember when they made deep runs back in like that early 2000s era. I remember them deep runs of like Tennessee was like 22, 23. They weren't all the way up there, but they were in the tournament run. So I mean, he's part of that. Decent coach. I hate the way people get punished when they already moved on from where the fuck they was. So that whole controversy with the shit with Iowa and Illinois. So there was like some controversy and shit, but decent coach. Like I like the way he plays defense. Besides that, like, but his comments, man, it's like, why y'all wait 15, 10, 7, 8 years after somebody's already out of fucking office, and like your comments is you're a dickhead. And then I guess you're claiming your Israeli ancestry. So I mean, hey man, enjoy your retirement, bitch, man.
Yeah, I thought he was a Jew.
Yeah. Israeli Jewish.
Yeah, and I didn't know he was like a follower of Kirk. I didn't know that until today too, because
he's a Kirk motherfucker?
Yeah, he said Kirk was a great individual, and that his movement was really good. He was leading young Christians, and
how the hell did he last in the SEC so long? That type of shit,
man. And I didn't know he snitched when he was with Iowa and Illinois. I learned that this week too. I'm like, man, I'm just learning because I just remember him from Tennessee, being a good coach at Tennessee. They had some good teams, and I didn't know he was at Auburn that long until like the last 2 years, because the last 2 years he had good teams, but before then his team sucked at Auburn. But I'm just like, and he left Tennessee off some underhanded stuff.
Yeah, man, violations.
So it's like, and I'm just learning a lot about him. I'm like, dog, I didn't know all this about this guy. Like, yeah, like Vertiza said, like, I don't think this guy's a really good guy. I don't think this guy's a really good guy, but his coaching at Tennessee, they had good teams, but hey, if they would have won last year, then some of the bullcrap he said would have got swept under the rug some more. But when they lost last year, when they was one of the top teams, yeah, they done. Yeah, he done. Like, and then the thing about it, like, I feel sorry for the players because it's like the season's about to start. I think next week or so. Like, and then they've been practicing and doing all this stuff. I know his son is going to take over, but why does his son get to take over if he's such a bad person?
That's why he did it this way. He did it this way so they didn't have no choice but to let the son coach the team.
Yeah, so
because had he announced it earlier, they would have tried to find a replacement, and they would have been able to find one. Which, to your point, shows you why he's a bad guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
Hey man, so staying with college, but moving on to football. There was a couple games last week that was pretty good, man. See, was there any games last week that stuck out to you?
Yeah, I like the USC Michigan State matchup. At first, last week before the game came on, I really thought Michigan State was going to do something. They were 3-1. USC's ranked number 23 or something like that? 25. They're ranked 25 now. They're going to do something. They're going to be in that the top 25. They got contenders. What surprised me was that fucking Indiana Illinois game. I thought Illinois had some shit. I really thought they were, on that track to, be a top 19, top 20 team. Man, they got fucking demolished. And then you got Oregon State. Oregon and Oregon State, man, they fucking anytime you kick your rival's ass, even if they're not ranked, it's a good fucking game. It's like, hey man. Especially when you destroy them. And then Notre Dame, Purdue, another team I thought that would pull the upset. Apparently not. Notre Dame's they're on the edge. They're on the bubble for me. I'm not going to put my money on them, but they're relevant. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, man, I'm going to pick up with the first game you said, USC versus Michigan State. The quarterback, Mevia, man, he's been playing well this season, man. He should be in that Heisman contention. Lincoln Riley, he just knows what he's doing with quarterbacks, and he looks really good. USC can possibly be a title contender, man, because they're looking like one of the best teams in their conference. But, man, going to another quarterback that just doesn't look that good, Lenoir Sellers, he just, last season he sparkled at moments to the point where a lot of people, including myself, thought he could be a Heisman candidate. Man, there was just a recent poll with NFL general managers about who should be the number one quarterback drafted this year. And surprisingly, even though he's looked bad, Lenoir Sellers, a lot of NFL GMs voted that he should go number one overall in terms of first quarterback taken, which is surprising. I mean, like if you watched him, the talent is there. He's got the arm talent. Me and Rose have seen a couple of his games last year and this year. His athleticism is there. He can run. He's a nice sized guy. But the decision making is what bothers me. And the fact that you have a team as talented as South Carolina, they should not be, I think, 2-2 right now. They should be 3-1, if not undefeated. Like, it doesn't look like they're probably going to make the playoffs. Whereas last season, they had a chance to make the playoffs, man. So that's very disappointing to see from him. If he wants to remain in that number one spot, he's going to have to play better because there's quarterbacks like Garrett Nussmeier at LSU who's playing pretty well. We got the white boy from Miami played for Georgia. My bad, Carson Beck. He's played pretty well this season. And like I said, Mavia and USC has played pretty well. And there are people like TTK who says they think the quarterback from Clemson is pretty good, man. So I don't see why GMs are saying he's number one because my only thing is don't draft for Anthony Richardson. Like at some point in time, you got to produce on the actual field. We can't just go off of your potential.
Yeah, so just going off some of the games from last week, I watched the Arkansas-Memphis game, and I'm watching the game. It was close. I think Memphis won 32-31. It was back and forth, but I'm watching it. It just looked like they weren't even playing. It's like it wasn't real. Like the way they were throwing the passes, and like from just watching NFL when they throw passes, it's like zip, zip, zip. But they were just like, ooh, ooh, ooh. And they just throwing the ball up, and people just snatching it. It's like it wasn't even real. It seemed fake to me, and that game just really, really stuck out to me. But it just didn't seem. But it was a good game, the score and everything. But I just didn't know what was going on with that. It just didn't seem real. The other game that was really good was Oklahoma and Auburn. You know what I'm saying? That quarterback from Oklahoma, he was lead after that game against Auburn. He was pretty much the Heisman front runner, but he broke his hand in the first quarter of that game and continued to play. He played the rest of the game and they won, but now he's out. He got to do surgery for a couple of weeks. So it's like, so now what Oklahoma going to do now? And so, but their defense is pretty good. They had 10 sacks on the guy from Auburn, and the guy from Auburn played for Oklahoma last year, the last 2 years at Oklahoma. So he was playing against his old teammates, and they gave him the business. They set a school record for 10 sacks.
Golly.
So, but the game was still close. You know what I'm saying? It was, I think they won maybe 24-17 Oklahoma.
God damn, bro. You supposed to blow a team out if you get 10 sacks, though.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. The game was good though, but it came out. They still had chances, but it just didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? But I'm looking forward this week to Georgia, Alabama. That's the only game that really matters to me right now. You know what I'm saying? I know. I think Oregon plays. I want to say Penn State.
Yeah. That's a big one.
So, but it's gonna be on the same time as the Georgia game. So I'm unless Alabama is blowing Georgia out, I probably won't watch that game because. So, but I'm just ready. I'm ready to see Georgia like beat Alabama in the regular season, and beat them good. I'm just ready to see that, man. Hurt Ryan Williams, you know what I'm saying? Knock some of his finger paint off. Knock the finger paint off him. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to see. That, you know what I'm saying? I just want to see Georgia do something because right now they don't even look that good either.
Yeah, man. They ain't been as dominant as we thought it was going to be. I'm going to stay in the SEC, man. LSU versus Ole Miss. Ole Miss came very close to making the college football playoffs last year. Shout out to, MGH's wife. Ole Miss came very close to making the college football playoff. LSU, they was disappointed last season. Garrett Musselman is looking great this season. LSU's looking great. Man, the SEC, to be honest, the SEC had a down year last year, to be honest. And the SEC has came back this season to prove that it's the best conference in college football because there's so many teams doing their things. We got 2 4-0 teams. We got the number 4 team facing the number 13 team. Like, hey, this game right here will go a long way in determining playoff seedings. Man, even regardless who loses this game, both teams still have a path to make the 12-team playoff. But if Ole Miss wins this game, it's going to be really hard for them not to make the playoffs because one of the things that was held against them last year, even though it was, I think, 10-2, was people felt like they didn't have enough big wins on their schedule. And this would be a huge win against the number 4 team in the country, against a, probably first-round pick prospect and Garrett Musselman at quarterback, man. So I feel like that's going to be a game that needs to be must-watch if you're interested to see who's the best teams in this country. And another team would be Ohio State versus Washington. We talked last week about Ohio State seems like the only big bad in college football right now. They seem like Thanos right now. Nobody's fucking with them. You got Washington who's coming in undefeated in the same conference as them. And in fact, my bad, Ohio State's part of the Big Ten, and Washington's part of the Pac-10, right? If I'm not Pac-12. Okay, so this is a non-conference game.
Matter of fact, they might have actually switched. No, because it was a split between the ACC and the Mountain West or some shit.
So this is a non-conference game, and this is what a lot of college football fans wanted to see. We wanted to see more non-conference games with good opponents. Let me repeat, with good opponents. So now we got 2 elite teams, a team that was in the national championship game 2 years ago, a team that won the national championship last year. Like, if this was an NFL game, this would probably be the game of the week.
I stand corrected. Big Ten.
Both in Big Ten?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a conference game. But this is a big game for both of these teams because, if Washington wins, that's going to give them the edge to win the conference. And if Ohio State win, they probably going to win the conference with just this game, man. So I'm really looking forward to this game. And if Ohio State wins this game easily, like they've done most of the games, they're probably just showing that, they're the only team to be fucked with.
Yeah, I'm going to echo LSU, man. Ole Miss is 2 teams. Like, honestly, the SEC is going to be competitive. The teams that we normally are strong probably going to have some flights, some obstacles to climb. LSU's doing their fucking thing. With this being the same week that Penn State plays, who is it they play?
Oregon.
Plays Oregon. Oregon, their quarterback, Dante Moore, is looking real fucking good right now. This is going to determine that 3, 4, 5 slot. So with a win or a loss, LSU might hop into that third slot, so we'll see with that one.
I do got one question, bros. They might know this. So did they implement that conference champion rule this year, where one of your conference don't guarantee your top 4 seed, or is that next year?
I want to say that's this year,
That's-
but I'm not 100%. But I want to say that's this year.
Because if that's this year, man, then it's important to win these games. But if that's next year, it's even more important to win your conference, man. And that's why some of these games is gonna be so big early in the season.
Yeah, so it's definitely gonna factor with those two those are the two big games I'm looking at. Penn State, man, they seem like they're on the rise. Everybody's behind them. I think it might be upset alert. We'll see. And then the other game I'm looking at is BYU and Colorado State. I think Colorado's about to get fucking demolished. Do something, D.
Moving on to the NFL, so we got Thursday night football, y'all. Last week we had the Bills and Dolphins. I don't have to say much about this game. Josh Allen looked like last year's league MVP. He single-handedly just ripped the Dolphins a new one with James Cook. Tua looked good the first half and even the third quarter, and then fourth quarter he had a bad interception and he just looked bad. The Dolphins need to just trade Tyreek Hill. Trade him somewhere where he can try to win a championship. I don't know if that's Buffalo. Maybe Dallas might want to do a trade, depending on how long CeeDee Lamb out. Maybe the Packers want to do a trade because they already went all in with Micah. Maybe you'll trade for him because the Packers need a number one receiver. Maybe the Chiefs go trade for him. Hell, maybe the Ravens trade for him. I don't know. But trade Tyreek Hill, bro, because it's obvious y'all ain't the team we thought y'all was going to be this season. Y'all are some shams. That shit's just disgusting to watch what's going on in Miami, man. And I feel bad for the people in Miami because Miami's one of those places. It's a lot to do down there. But good win by Buffalo though.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Tua turning the ball over. Yeah, that's all I got to say about them.
Man, the only game I actually watched this week, Ravens and Lions, man. Hey, I see he started off pretty damn good, Henry, because last week he fucking sucked, but this week he started off great, and then you just see the frustration, like got the ball knocked out by what's the white boy's name? Hutchinson.
Aiden Hutchinson.
Just came from behind. You see the frustration, man. Like, really, it was one of them games, man. Them last minute fucking mistakes would have cost you the game, really. But Detroit's on the up and up, man. I like what they're doing this year.
Other than the first game when they played the Packers, but it was more than just the last, because remember when Lamar fumbled the ball on 4th and goal, they ran the ball with Henry, I want to say 3 times, and they didn't from the 2-yard line or the 1-yard line and didn't get in.
Yeah, man. I think John Harbaugh was just proving what I told you a couple weeks ago, man. It's time for a new coach there, man. Lamar needs to be given more full reins with the team. If anything, it seems like they're trying to save Lamar for the playoffs. What you need to do is do what these other teams do, ride him to the playoffs, and when you get to the playoffs, the 30-year-old running back, use him in the playoffs because they're giving the ball to Henry too much. He has 3 fumbles these first 3 games, man. So, moving on to this week in terms of what's happening. Thursday night football, we got Seattle versus Arizona. And, man, Sam Darnold has looked pretty good this season so far. It looks like Minnesota has made a mistake letting him walk out the door. But, Kyler Murray, what is you doing, my nigga? You the reason why I ain't draft Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm just going to be real. Like, I drafted Marvin Harrison Jr. nearly in every league I had last year. And I pretty much avoided him because of you, Kyler Murray. Like, I want to make this clear to the people who, be like, man, I thought Marvin Harrison Jr. was a boy. Now, I still think he's a great receiver. I think he's talented. I just think the quarterback don't like that nigga. I don't know if you beat that nigga in Call of Duty because they say you like to play a lot of video games, Kyler. I don't know if that nigga just got bad bitches in you and you feel some type of way. But whatever it is, y'all, you need to stop that shit, bro. Because he's the best offensive weapon you got. Like, yes, Trey McBride's a good tight end, but you're not going to convince me that this white boy tight end is better than a nigga that's been bred to play in the NFL from one of the greatest receivers of all time, Marvin Harrison. And I saw what he did in college, and he's had games in NFL where he's been dominant. So you're not going to convince me that somebody that can have a game with 150 yards and 2 touchdowns is going to come back another week later with 2 catches for less than 20 yards. Nah, bro. This on you, Kyler, bro. This on you, man. You got to show me that you can get this nigga the ball, or Arizona, y'all got to make a decision. Either trade Marcus Harrison Jr. to a team that's going to use him, or y'all need to find yourself a new quarterback in this year's draft.
Give me the Seahawks, man. I just don't think. I haven't seen too much from the Cardinals this year, man.
I think the Cardinals going to pull it out. And I think Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to have a good game. He's going to Thursday night football prime time. I think he's going to have a good game. He got to bounce back from what happened last year. Kyler, if he's mad, he's just mad because Buddy taller than him. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying. But shout out to Murray. You know what I'm saying? I seen him on the Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Posted up with his dog with the Michael Vick jersey on. Shout out to him. Shout out to him.
That sounds like such a contradiction, dog.
Yeah, shout out to him.
Hey, man. So last week in the NFL, man, there was a lot of great games, but there was so many. I was texting you, Rose, and I was like, damn, there was so many blowouts last weekend. Some of the scores look like college football games, to be honest, because you don't see them kind of blowouts in the NFL. I got to talk about it, man. Falcons, what we doing, dog? What the fuck we doing? Like, I'm at work. I ain't even get to see the game like that. Man, I see the score 0-30, and my heart dropped for 3 reasons. 1, it dropped because it's like, man, we couldn't score a touchdown. 2, it dropped because we lost, and the Bucs look like they not going to lose this year. So how we going to win the division? And then 3, nigga, I picked a lot of you niggas in prize picks on the Falcons. So when I saw y'all ain't scored nothing, I was like, that means y'all ain't do shit offensively. They had B. John Robinson Demon for yards at 89. This nigga had 72. They had Drake London. You ain't got in the end zone 1 time this season. Darnell Mooney, you ain't done shit since you came back. Michael Penix Jr., I saw that first game, you don't look like doo-doo. Like, I feel like that nigga Bubba, you been trash. To the point we had to put the white boy in, and then Kurt got in, Kurt looked like trash. Like, come on. Then we cut my young hoe for this nigga that was just selling insurance last week, who went 5 for 5 on Monday Night Football, and you missed 2 field goals. Like, that's the most Atlanta shit I've ever seen, bro. And then I had to get up this morning to see young hoe sign with New York. And guess what he gonna do this week, Rose? He gonna hit a game-winning field goal. He gonna hit a game-winning field goal for the Giants, bro. Giants gonna get their first win this week because Young Ho gonna hit a game-winning field goal. Nigga, I'm disgusted with you niggas, man. You know, and then I had the Ravens-Lions games down, man. My biggest takeaways from that, I know y'all talked about it earlier. Jared Goff, proud of you, man. You didn't have a turnover. You played a clean game. The running game surprised me. I didn't think the Lions could dominate running the ball like that. You know, both running backs had over 60 yards. Montgomery had like 150 yards, 2 touchdowns. So the Ravens defense, y'all gotta stop the running game. Y'all got a big game coming up this week, man. But the Lions, they showed last week that they're still one of the best teams in the league. Because for them to have that kind of victory over the Ravens, even though it was a good game most of the game, I don't think too many people in America felt like the Lions could win that game. And I would say this, the pass rush, y'all brought up Adrian Hutchinson, the pass rush for the Lions is what impressed me the most. Because it's not too many teams. I think they had when I was watching the game, it was like 5 sacks on Lamar at one point in time.
Yeah, 7.
7. It's not too many teams since Lamar's been in the league that can say they've been able to actually sack him. So the fact they was able to sack him was impressive, but more importantly, someone who watched the game, there was a lot of times where it wasn't a sack, it was a 1-yard gain, which once again, for you to tackle Lamar for a 1-yard gain when he starts scrambling, that's very impressive, man. So
and mostly it was a one-on-one tackle
exactly.
by the linebacker.
You know, so the line, because he said they had a spy on him. So Lions, if y'all can play defense like that against, and there's no disrespect to Pat Mahomes, I think Lamar Jackson's the best player in the league right now. If y'all can play that kind of defense against him, y'all need to rise up and play like that every single week. Because if y'all defense can play like that, y'all have an offense that's Super Bowl worthy.
Yeah, so shout out to the Panthers. Keep pounding. Shout out to the Panthers. You know what I'm saying? I need to go to Charlotte. I ain't been to Charlotte in a while, man. I ain't been to Charlotte. No, I need to go out there and hang out with the gift. Because the way they put the smackdown on the Falcons this weekend, I'm like, Michael Penix. I mean, my penis. I mean,
oh, my penis.
What the world was that? And then the kicker missed 2 field goals in the first half, like first quarter. I don't know if that threw them off because they was riding his dick or riding his penis. And then Michael Penis, like he had a penis up his butt. Like, I don't know what in the world he was doing or what. I don't know, man. And then like,
I'm scared, dog.
Man, we trash, man. The coach, come on, coach.
I don't like advocating for a black man to lose his job, but Raheem, he made it to a white bitch anyway. It's time.
Lock him up. Lock him up. Man, get him up out of there, man. But me and Vertiza said that when they hired him, I'm like, why you hiring him? Like, we don't. And we had a chance to hire Bill Belichick.
And Jim Harbaugh.
Jim said no.
Yeah.
But Bill was saying Bill was going to take the job.
Yeah, Bill was down.
But it's like, and we hired him? Come on, Raheem Morris. Like, and then you got a name like Raheem Morris, like you a
hood nigga.
Like you a Muslim or something, like you down with Malcolm X. And then we look at your wife and you're like,
well, she a Southern white belle.
Oh, he ain't with us. He ain't down with us. That don't even sound like Atlanta.
That nigga probably cried when Charlie Kirk got shot.
That's what I'm saying. He was because they celebrated him. So
yeah, that was disappointing.
So it's like, and the Bengals and the Vikings.
Yeah, right. That game was disgusting.
How does a cornerback have more yards than both Jamar Chase and Jefferson put together?
And man, RIP to all Jamar Chase fantasy owners. If you drafted him number 1 overall, shout out to motherfucking, I think, Deshaun, who I think got him. Man, RIP to y'all niggas.
How does a cornerback, did y'all hear me? The cornerback have more receiving yards than Jefferson and Chase put together?
That was crazy, man. That was crazy.
Is that even possible?
They both in quarterback purgatory right now, man.
And shout out to Indianapolis Jones. Shout out to him.
But I will say this: I think things gonna get better for Jefferson because Jordan Addison, he comes back from the suspension this week, so things might get better for Jefferson.
And Steelers Pats, man. Hey, a lot of people were like, "Oh, he's back in his original form." Y'all only won a game. Damn touchdown, man. Y'all gotta Steelers. Y'all on that bubble, man. Y'all not where y'all supposed to be at, man. They're not there. They're definitely not there, man.
Yeah, man. The 2 games I'm looking forward to this week. Hey, man, we've seen these 2 teams face the last couple of years. One time in the playoffs, Packers and Cowboys. Historically, they've always gave us great games. I want to watch this game for one reason, man. Mike, what you gonna do? I repeat, Micah, what you gonna do? I repeat, Micah, what you gonna do? I want to know how many times you gonna sack Dak, because you said when you hit him, it's gonna be painful. And Dak, what you gonna do? Because people said that you was happy when Micah got traded, and now you ain't got CD, and you gotta show something, bruh, because I ain't gonna lie, y'all defense been assy ass, like trashy ass, since Micah's been gone, bruh. And even though the Packers lost last week, bruh, that defense looked great against the Browns last week. So I can't wait to see this game because I love when we get to see these people have these rivalry games. And Jerry, you talking mad shit, talking about we ain't gonna have no tribute for Micah. And I ain't mad at you, but just understand, if this nigga decide to hit Dak a little too hard, and in your season, this is on you, nigga. Like it's gonna be like Booker T. We coming for you, nigga. And then Eagles Bucks, man. 2 undefeated teams at the top of the division. Somebody gotta take a loss. Eagles, Falcons, we need you, dog. We need you to beat the Bucks, bro. Bring them. We need
Birds
this.
of a feather.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro. We need the Bucks to lose this game so we can at least be like, what's the formula to beat them? Because right now, it seems like the Bucks gonna win every single game, bro. It seems like they just keep winning, and I'm getting pissed off watching the Bucks win all these games because I thought it was gonna lose last week when the Jets had that little block field goal and scored a touchdown, and then this nigga Baker Mayfield, basically won them the game. Like, and Eagles, y'all looking like the Chiefs was last year. Like, did anybody else notice that? The Eagles are looking like the Chiefs last year. They don't really look good when you watch them play, but they keep winning games in funny ways. Like when I saw them play the Rams last week, and I'm just thinking to myself, damn, the Rams gonna win this game. And I see Jordan Davis come big ass swoop through that gap and block that field goal, and then somehow his big ass ended with the ball and ran it all the way for a touchdown. And my first thing I thought was, man, I'm sick if I'm a Rams fan. I am sick. Because that was a gimme field goal. That was even like no 50-yard field goal. That might have been like a 43-yard field goal, maybe. Like it was one of those field goals that he could have easily made. So it's like, Eagles, Jalen, you look good second half throwing the ball against the Bucks. It's time for y'all to get going offensively. Saquon, you ain't look like you did last year so far. Like you ain't had a 100-yard rushing game so far. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, y'all got to get going. We need to see this offense score 30 points and look good if y'all going to be Super Bowl contenders, man. So, I'm looking forward to that game because this game going to tell me a lot of stuff. Because if the Bucks win, sadly, I think if the Bucks win this game, that we got to start talking about them potentially making the Super Bowl in the NFC. And I don't want to have that conversation.
Well, I had them coming out the South, so they go into the playoffs. But games that I'm looking interested to seeing: Colts, the Rams, Indianapolis Jones against Stanford. I'm ready to see that game. Another game, Bears, Raiders. I don't want to see this game. I just want to see the outcome of it. I don't want to see it though. But Marcus Mariota, come on to the table. Michael Penis, come on to the table. If Marcus Mariota come to Atlanta and beat the Falcons, man, throw the whole team away. Just throw the whole team away, man. Just throw the whole team away. So Falcons, it's gonna be a lot of people jumping off the top floor of the Mercedes-Benz zone. So if y'all don't want to clean up brains off the pavement in the Mercedes-Benz dome, y'all better win. Y'all better not let Marcus Mariota come in there and beat y'all. I'm trying to tell you, y'all better not. And another game, Ravens and the Chiefs. Both those teams are 1-2. So somebody's gonna come out that game 1-3. Who is it going to be? Both of them are coming off some hurtful losses. Well, the Chiefs won their first game, but they played the New York Midgets. But Ravens, you know what I'm saying, y'all played the Lions and y'all supposed to win that game, and it wasn't that close. Y'all got beat pretty handily. Y'all scored a touchdown late to make it seem like y'all only lost by 8 or 7, but it's supposed to be a two-score game. But those are the games. You know what I'm saying? We will see. But who's waking up at 9:30 to watch your boys? Caesar C's.
Nah, man. Hey, man. Can the Steelers? You got injuries on the Vikings side. It's like, is the defense gonna play how they should play? Are they gonna be able to stop them? And then everybody's saying Rodgers is playing well. Is he really though? Is Rodgers actually playing well enough? It's like the schedule's really not that bad compared to previous years. So it's like y'all have the potential to get in there, but man, nah, man.
See, what's your final thoughts?
Shit, man. This is the time to actually watch baseball, man. Cubs coming off a win, beating the Mets. I think that's a good series. I really love what fucking Toronto's doing. They clinched. But like that, the race, man, like the Diamondbacks looking fucking scary. Dodgers, you know, they always in it. And then shit, man, it's like, hey, these playoffs, these MLB playoffs, man, about to get serious, man. Everybody's in contention to really. Oh, Brewers, that's the other team. The Brewers, fucking scary. If you have to play the Brewers, any team that has to play the Brewers right now, be on alert because they're fucking on it. But it's probably more competitive. I can't say it's been more competitive, but it's really looking really fucking good this year. MLB playoffs are definitely looking good, man.
Yeah, man. So you talking about baseball, man? Shout out to the Braves. How y'all gonna win 10 in a row when y'all ain't even in the playoffs, man? Come on, man. This is the most Atlanta Falcons thing that anybody could do. Y'all don't win 10 games in a row at the end of the season. But we ain't even sniffing the playoff, or not even sniffing the wild card.
What they say, finish strong.
Come on, man. Y'all. That's all I gotta say, man.
Hey, man. Growing up, I used to play Madden. Madden was my game. And one of my favorite teams to play with besides the Falcons in the mid-2000s was the Bengals. Because Ocho Cinco was one of my favorite players. And I remember I used to love running the ball with a running back named Rudy Johnson. And, you know, he wasn't no great running back. Like, he had a couple of good seasons. You know, I looked at his stats. Back-to-back seasons of 1,400 yards rushing, and then followed that with 1,300 yards rushing. And it's very important, especially for black men, to check in with your friends because he committed suicide recently. And you just don't know what someone's going through.
Quitter.
I don't know what his reason was for doing what he did, you know, because you would assume someone who's played 7-8 years in the NFL, made a couple $1 million would be very happy. But, you know, black men, we got to check in with our friends. We got to talk to them. We got to confide in one another. We got to be transparent. You know, when someone asks you what's going on, and if you trust them, man, tell them what's going on, man. In the words of Mamba, shout out to Mamba.
Yeah, man. Gotta.
Mr. DJ Rose, Verkeezy, and C's, welcome you to the No More Black Tears podcast.
Black tears that's heaven sent. Barack the first black president. I love my black skin. I love walking in black excellence. Black power, let's represent. All black, that's evident. I'm sure MLK and Malcolm X both didn't die for the hell of it. Strap a seatbelt, go and settle land. What makes you think that we would sell our land? We wouldn't sell out now. What makes you think that we would go ahead and try to sell out then? No more black tears, black on black kids. Love us as is, love with passion. Paying black bills, learning black skills, making black meals. Black is backing. Big shout out to Fred Hampton. I'm black and proud like I'm James Brown, but I ain't doing no acting. My people here from the motherland. This podcast now active.